crazy mother.
What it do, soul visionaries and potential soul visionaries out there. I am your host, Sherrod Corner. You are now rocking with the mobile version of the Soul Vision Powercast. You know, that place where we keep it unfiltered and raw. We talk about anything from porn to politics. We'll even talk about the things you might have heard or even saw. Today I want to talk about the DJ Hed Vs Mal debate, as they called it a debate. And I knew who Mal was before the battle. Some on Joe Budden podcast or whatever, and whatever issues he had with Joe, that was kind of publicized out there, whatever. So I knew who Mal was. I knew that he was like this really overly emotional brother or whatnot, always yelling and shit. So I knew who he was, and then I had seen, I heard that he and Rory were getting their own thing. DJ Hed, I didn't know DJ Hed about him until the battle with Kendrick and Drake started. And to be totally honest with you, when it came to Kendrick and Drake, I didn't know too much about any of them, because at this point, I'm an old school. I'm part of the old school. So I'm from that Biggie Pac era, Big Daddy Kane, Heavy D, NWA, Scarface, Luke, those guys, Public Enemy, King Son, Rakim. I listened to, my favorite rap group was UTFO. They're the ones that made me want to start rapping in the first place, because they made it seem cool to be nerds, to know big words and things of that nature. So, I love rap music. Hip hop was just my joint. I mean, it was everything. Listening to the Rakims just drop, man, and just in this day and era, there's no flow better than Rakim's ever, point blank, and that's my stance on it. I love Big Daddy Kane. He smooth operator, Heavy D. Girls they love me. Then you had to come with Scarface. Mind playing tricks on me. Do him like a Geo when he was, Ghetto Boys. That's the ilk and era I'm from, that old school music. And after that, to me, rap music just died. It didn't have any life to it. It just seemed like a bunch of folks copying one another. Hey, this is hot. Find us an artist that's like this artist. And that's what it seemed like. Now we fast forward, to the Kendrick and Drake beef. I didn't know too much about either one of those guys. I heard swimming pools, and now that I know who Kendrick is, I've heard some songs. I just didn't know it was Kendrick. And you hear Drake's, I think started from the bottom, now we're here. That and a couple more songs. So I really did not know who either of these guys was. Boom, the beef happens. I'm perusing YouTube, and it's like, wow, like that. And everybody like, wow, Kendrick takes a shot at Drake. I'm like, oh, okay, it's a beef. Let me hear what it's about. And when I heard that, I'm like, wow, okay. He came at him like, okay. And then Drake came with the push-ups. I'm like, oh, okay, wow, And then I was familiar with Drake when he was beefing with. Matter of fact, let me back up. No, I was more familiar with Drake because of the beef with Meek Mills, and then he tried to beef with my man Pusha T. When Pusha T came with the story of Adidon and crushed him, they was like, oh, okay, he divulged too much. So I know more about Drake than I did Kendrick. I'm like, man, and then plus, I did like J. Cole, and I still do. I still like J. Cole. J. Cole got some lyrics. I like lyrical guys. And so I'm like, okay, wow, this is smooth. So got another beat, Drake. So I'm listening to Drake because I'm like, okay, I know more about Drake. So I'm thinking, okay, to me, Meek Mill didn't come like he was supposed to, because Meek was supposed to be a battle rapper. So Drake has one victory and he got one loss. Okay, Drake jumping in the ring with somebody else. I'm like, dang, okay, do he about that action? Okay, cool. So I hear the like that verse, and then after I hear the like that verse, he comes with push-ups. Then when he did, I said, okay, push-ups, all right, well. And I'm not going to get the timeline and all that great, but those things transpired. Push-ups, tailor-made freestyle with that crappy AI stuff. I hated that, especially when they used my man Pac's voice on there. That really, that song was a no-go for me. Then I was like, okay, man, we get the Family Matters. I'm like, okay, Kendrick better, really, not play with this guy, but then Meek Mills had always said that, hey, this dude got ghostwriters. So I'm like, oh man, so that's playing on my mind. And Meek Mill said the man got ghostwriters, Quentin Miller at the time. Then the stories are the reference tracks. So I'm like, okay, whatever. Now we fast forward, beef is over a year, year later. They have this debate with Mal and DJ Hed. Now Mal, during the whole debate, was really like going in and going at Kendrick or whatever. I'm like, oh, okay. But at this point now, as I'm listening to Mal, I have really started listening to Kendrick's music. Like, man, this dude got lyrics. Wow. I'm just listening to. I'm binge listening to Kendrick's music. I listen to some of Drake's music, and I can't get by. His voice irritates the shit out of me. So, and then he's not all that dope. To me, he is a pop artist. He's pop. He's not hip hop. He's pop. So, I'm listening to Mal and DJ Hed go back and forth on this debate, and Mal is just one of those guys, man, where he loves Drake more than it seems breath itself. Mal went at his own host. He didn't protect her against Drake or whatnot. And it's like, man, so between he and DJ Academics, Drake got two lapdogs, right? And the crazy thing is listening to Mal say that Family Matters and The Heart Part 6 are the two best rapped, lyrically the best songs in the battle. I'm like, no, bro, what are you listening to? I mean, he's coming up with all types of conspiratorial conclusions about how the battle started, why did it start, UMG talking to Kendrick, and man, I'm trying to tell you, this thing right here was just the whole debate. Mal made me just realize, I can't really listen to him or take him seriously, because for me, like I said, he's just one of those overly emotional guys. He likes to yell, and I can't do the yelling. For a man, I can't stand when a woman does it, but when a brother's overly emotional, he can't think logically, it throws me off. And DJ Hed to me was kind of too nice. He was too laid back on him. There was a couple points there where when he was explaining how Mal is delusional, he could have came and just basically pinpointed why he thought Mal was delusional. And when they were talking about one specific point about being lazy with the lyrics, as far as Drake saying Kendrick beats his woman and Kendrick saying that Drake has a daughter. Were both of those bars lazy? And they was like, yeah, we could call them lazy and say it's a 1-to-1, and they cancel each other out. But the song on which Kendrick used that on, there were worse things on that song. Drake wanted to address, oh, can you find my daughter, please? But, bruh, I mean, if you want to look online, I mean, it's easy to believe that you do have a daughter. I mean, it's for me, it's like, hey, do you think you got one? Y'all really don't give a fuck if he has one or not, but it's believable. You know, it's more believable than you saying that Kendrick beat his wife or his girl, or whoever. You see, that's the whole thing. It's about perception. It's about the image that both of you guys put out. And I don't know either one of you guys personally, but if I based it on the image that you put out, it's likely that you have a daughter. It's very likely. And the funny thing is, you know, you want to sue at the end. That's why we know you lost this whole beef. You know, Mal came with some crazy shit like some shit Drake did. It's like, I wasn't hiding my son from the world, I was hiding the world from my son. And then Mal came with some, Drake didn't lose the battle lost Drake. Man, did a ghostwriter write that for both of you guys? I mean, what's going on? Drake lost the battle as soon. Well, Drake Euphoria, which Mal said he doesn't remember Euphoria. That's kind of crazy, because Euphoria, the way it just came in, Euphoria lyrically was better than Not Like Us. Euphoria hit hard, you know, and that was one of them things. Like when Euphoria dropped, I was like, oh, wow, you know, that beat change, and just his voice inflections, the whole 9 yards, the passion he had inside of that right there was like, oh, okay. And 616 was dope to me. You know, the push-ups thing, it was mid. And I'm like I said, Drake's voice is he got this little whiny shit going on, and is, you know, he just sounds, you know, I could just see him. He's just not my kind of person, right? You know, he's just not, his image just does not fit the kind of person that I think I would want to hang around, right? And I'm just sitting here and I'm listening to push-ups, and I'm like, okay, I mean, he hitting him with some shots, you know, Kendrick, what you coming with? And when Kendrick started coming with the 616, then the Euphoria, then the Meet the Grams, then when he dropped Not Like Us. When he dropped Not Like Us, I knew right then. Soon as he dropped Not Like Us, I knew it was over with, right? Drake knew it was over with because he came with that lazy-ass Heart Part 6. That Heart Part 6 had so much air taken out of the cells, you could hear where he was deflated on that song. But Mal says that was one of his best rap tunes. I mean, but everybody's entitled to their opinion. Now, the debate, you know, when Mal said he did not remember any of Euphoria, how can you not remember Euphoria? Euphoria was like a major turning point, because 616 really wasn't a diss, a hard. It was more or less like, I'm talking to you, bro. I'm talking to you. 616 to me sounded like more like a warning shot to me, right? Euphoria was like, all right, we about to fight. That was the turning point for me, and listening to that, I was like, wow, this dude, you know, like I said, I started binge listening to Kendrick's music. I started like, oh, okay, listen to Damn, We Gonna Be All Right. Like, okay, this dude is special. And I started really listening to the YouTubers talk about him, the whole nine. So now it's like, okay, lyrically, I'm just listening to the music. I'm like, oh man, this boy should be on the Mount Rushmore of rappers too, because he's dope. He's tight. Very creative. The dude has a very creative mind. Now, you know, getting back to the debate, more like Drake it was like, it just seems so half-assed. Even though you entered into the ring to do a thing, it was like you came in unprepared. It was like you came in, I'm gonna try to force this down your throat, and you're gonna like it. And that's how Mal came into the debate. I'm gonna yell this away. I'm gonna yell. I'm gonna, you know, say a cuss word here and there, and but all this stuff is subjective, right? About who won, who lost. But when you look at one of these guys, Drake, filed a lawsuit because he was called a name. He was called the name. And his feelings were hurt. Now you got to ask yourself, well, who won then? It's clear cut now. It's clear cut. You know, you can't defend a lawsuit. You cannot defend. If you're going to enter into a fight, you got to know there's a possibility that you're going to lose. There's a possibility that you're going to get hurt. So then what do? Oh, I'm going to go tell. I'm going to call. You know, you don't go out here in the street, start a fight. And then when you get your ass whipped, then I'm going to call the police now. He beat me up. And that's what it sounded like. And Mal is trying to defend that with just, man, he pulled some stuff out his ass to defend Drake. So, you know, I'm going to post the link because I listened to the whole thing. Go listen to it. And this made me just look at Mal and it just reassured me that, yeah, you are that kind of guy that just wants to yell. You know, and I thought he would have been a little bit more informed, I guess, or a little bit more intelligent with his answers about the whole rap beef, because it should have been easy for them both to just say, okay, I know I'm a Kendrick guy, hey, you're a Drake guy, and let's listen to it. But you're going to tell this man, you know, that Family Matters was the best, and he's trying to tell this man that you know that this song was the best. Bro, you trying to... He already told you it wasn't. He already told you Euphoria was. And then you're going to try to play like you don't know what Euphoria was. See, that's some disingenuous stuff right there. And that told me that you were not prepared, because if you didn't know you should have went back over the songs and then you would have had a fresher outlook on it. Because if you were preparing for a debate, you have to realize that you're going to have to debate about these songs that was in the beef. You're going to have to debate about what might have started it. There were things you were going to have to say and speak on. And you should have kind of researched it, but you didn't. So, hey man, but overall, I think that the debate was it was entertaining. I'm going to put it down there in the link in the description, so y'all can go and watch it. Rory and Mal in its entirety. Rory and Damaris did a really good job of the moderating. So go ahead, check it out. It's real cool. You know, and then come back. You know. Maybe it's 2 hours long though. It is over 2 hours. So go in and see. Hey, yo, give me your opinion on it. You know, if you watch it, give me your opinion. Hit it down in the comment, and then just remember to like, share, and subscribe, man. And let's grow this channel, man. It's 2025, and we're about to rise and fly. Peace.